Most people think rich people got there by working harder. They didn't. They got there by following a quiet set of rules. Rules nobody teaches you in school, and rules most people break every single day without realizing it. By the end of this video, you'll know all 7. And I'll back each one with the actual habits of people like Warren Buffett, Naval Ravikant, and Charlie Munger, so you can see the pattern with your own eyes. The first rule alone changed how I think about money forever. Let's get into it. Rule 1, rich people buy things that pay them. Everyone else buys things that bill them. A new car loses 20% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. A stock portfolio, it pays you while you sleep. The wealthy ask one question before any purchase. Will this make me money or cost me money? That single filter, that one question, is the difference between looking rich and being rich. Look at Warren Buffett. He still lives in the same Omaha house he bought for $31,000 back in 1958. He drives a used car. Every dollar he didn't spend looking rich went into Berkshire Hathaway and made him one of the wealthiest men on the planet. The asset stayed. The status would have decayed. This week, try this. Open your last bank statement. Highlight every purchase that lost value the moment you bought it. That's your status budget. Everything else is your asset budget. Most people are quietly shocked by the ratio. Rule 2. Before rent, before groceries, before anything, the wealthy move money to investments the moment income hits their account. Not what's left over, what's first. Most people invest with leftovers. The wealthy invest with priorities. Automate 20% of every paycheck before you ever see it, and your future self becomes the highest paid person in your life. There's a reason David Bach called this concept the automatic millionaire. The math is brutal in its simplicity. Someone earning $50,000 a year, paying themselves first into a basic index fund, retires with over $1 million. The same person waiting to invest the leftovers retires with under $50,000. Same income, same job, different default. That's the entire difference. This week, set up one automatic transfer, even $50, to fire the day your paycheck hits. The amount matters less than the habit. Rule 3. Time is the asset they protect, not money. Money you can earn back. An hour of your life, gone forever. The wealthy outsource laundry, cooking, errands, anything below their hourly value, not because they're lazy, because they know the math. Every hour saved is an hour invested into something only they can do. Naval Ravikant said it best. Money is just stored time. If your hour is worth $50 and a service costs $20 an hour, you're literally losing money doing it yourself. The wealthy run that math on every chore. Most people never run it at all. That single calculation is the line between trading hours and buying them back. This week, calculate your real hourly value, your annual income divided by 2,000. Then look at one chore that costs less than that to outsource. Do the swap once. Notice how it feels. Rule 4. Debt isn't the enemy. Bad debt is. Rich people borrow to buy things that grow. Businesses, real estate, equity. The middle class borrows to buy things that shrink. Cars, vacations, electronics. Same word, opposite outcome. Ask yourself before any loan, is this money buying me an asset or an experience? Robert Kiyosaki built his fortune borrowing to buy rental properties, debt that paid for itself every single month through tenant rent. Meanwhile, his classmates borrowed for boats, jet skis, and luxury sedans that depreciated the second they were signed for. 20 years later, he owned thousands of rental doors. They owned car payments, same starting line, different vehicles, literally. This week, list every debt you currently carry. Beside each one, write down what that debt actually bought and whether that thing is still gaining or losing value. The pattern reveals itself fast. Rule 5. before they ever bought their first stock. They bought books, courses, mentors. Your earning power is your single biggest asset, and it compounds faster than any index fund on earth. A 10% raise this year, invested correctly, beats a 10% market return every single time. The wealthy upgrade themselves first, markets second. Buffett spent his 20s reading 600 pages a day. He didn't have a portfolio yet. He had no real money to invest. What he had was a brain compounding faster than any market. By his 30s, the skills had created the capital. Then the capital found the markets. That order, skills first, capital second, matters more than most people will ever understand. This week, pick one specific skill that would make your work twice as valuable. Spend 30 minutes a day on it. Watch what compounds. Rule 6. The fastest way to stay broke is to look rich. Lifestyle inflation is the silent killer of wealth. Every promotion, every windfall, most people upgrade their car, their apartment, their wardrobe. The wealthy keep their expenses flat for years while their income climbs. And they bank the gap. That gap, right there, is where freedom is built. Thomas Stanley spent decades studying actual millionaires for his book, The Millionaire Next Door. The findings shocked everyone. Most real millionaires drive used cars. They live in modest neighborhoods. They shop at Costco. The ones flexing Mercedes and mansions on social media, usually drowning in debt, performing wealth they don't actually have. Real wealth doesn't shop for applause. This week, before any upgrade, house, car, wardrobe, ask, would the version of me that already feels rich actually want this? If the answer is no, you just protected your gap. Rule 7. The final rule, and the most important. Rich people stop trading hours for dollars as fast as humanly possible. Dividends, royalties, rental income, businesses that run without them. Active income is the on-ramp. Passive income is the highway. If your income stops the moment you stop working, you don't own your life. You rent it. Charlie Munger famously said the first $100,000 is the hardest. Why? Because that's the threshold where active income starts planting passive seeds. A dividend stock, a small rental, a side project that runs while you sleep. Each one shrinks the hours you trade for dollars. Stack enough of them, and one day the trade stops completely. That day is the goal. This week, identify one income stream you could build that doesn't require your physical presence. Don't launch it yet. Just write it down. Naming it is the first move. Notice what these 7 rules have in common. None of them require a 6-figure salary. None require a trust fund. None require a lucky break. They require a different way of seeing money, as a tool, not a trophy, as something that should work for you, not something you work for. The shift is psychological before it's ever financial. Buffett didn't start rich. Naval didn't start rich. Kiyosaki didn't start rich. They started with rules, these 7 rules, and let time do the heavy lifting. The good news? The playbook is sitting in front of you right now. You already know what works. The only question left is whether you'll run it for the next 10 years, or spend the next 10 years wishing you had. Because 10 years from today, both versions of you will exist. The only difference is which one you choose right now. If this changed how you think about money, the next video breaks down the exact 90-day plan to put Rule 7 into action. Subscribe so you don't miss it.